Hi, how's life? Welcome to another one of my vlogs. Today I am off to the Hammersmith Apollo, Eventim Apollo, I think that's what it's called actually technically, the building. But I'm off there to see Toy Story in concert. Now, if you're a long-term viewer of my channel, you would probably know that Toy Story is one of my favourite films of all time. I absolutely love it, the first one in particular, and that's why I'm dressed in a Toy Story jumper as well with all the aliens. But yeah, Toy Story in concert, I don't really know what to expect, but I think it's going to be the film, you know, the first film, and then they're going to have a live orchestra playing the music, which should be awesome. So yeah, come along with me. I thought I would vlog today. I am going to be meeting my friend Amanda as well for some lunch beforehand, so she might be in the vlog a little bit. But yeah, come along. And we are just in front of the Hammersmith Apollo, Event Apollo behind us. It's a rainy day today in London, quite cold as well. The film starts in about half an hour. Here's Amanda, my lovely, beautiful friend. We did go for lunch as well to Bill, so here's some clips of that. We both had some burgers, very, very nice. I had a chicken burger, my friend had the regular burger. Really cool. There's a Bill just around the corner. But yeah, it's cold, so let's go in. This is the venue, Toy Story in concert. Over there, as you can see, all the people here with umbrellas on. Bit of a queue as well. Hammersmith Apollo normally tends to have a long queue. I think it's because it's quite a big venue, to be fair. So yeah, should be amazing to see what it's going to be like inside. Amanda, you've been to something similar to this before, haven't you? What was it, Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
How was it?
It was really good. It's really good.
So yeah, I've heard about kind of doing things like this, films with orchestras before. I've never experienced one myself. The queue is long. We're in the queue, by the way. I mean, Lord have mercy. Who knows when we'll get there? But it's fine. It's fine. It is moving, so that's good. It's raining quite heavily. I'm really glad we're going to be going inside. I love the sign. Toy Story in concert. This queue is going and going and going. But at least it's moving. We're just literally going round. We're at the back of Hammersmith Apollo right now. Welcome to the family madrigal. Amanda loves it when I just randomly start singing this song from Encanto, which is completely irrelevant to what we're seeing today because Toy Story, different company. Oh my god, look at the puddles. Lord have mercy. Loads of puddles everywhere as well. But it's been cute seeing some kids as well in the queue, you know, dressed up as Jessie and Woody. Very adorable. Drip, drip, drip. The water's dripping, isn't it? Okay, looks like we should be going in very, very soon now. Not long to go, just a few more of these little rows and then we should be in. We are finally inside the theatre. It's about 25 minutes past 3 and the film's meant to start at 3:30, so in about 5 minutes, but I think it's going to be delayed a bit because there's still a pretty long queue outside. To be fair, the queue was moving fast. It's just a long queue, and like I said, it's probably because the theatre is quite big. I don't even remember the last time I was here in this theatre, Hammersmith Apollo. It might have been for the Christmasaurus. And then I was told by a staff member that I wasn't allowed to film with my professional camera, but they said phones are absolutely fine, so this is why the rest of this clip is filmed through my phone. You can see the stage over here with the Toy Story logo in the background, the orchestra looking amazing. This is me and my friend Amanda waiting for the show to start, and this is basically the pre-show atmosphere. We were very excited. There was a great crowd as well, different kinds of people, families, adults only, loads of kids as well, of course, as you can imagine. And this is the start of the interval, the end of the first act. It actually stopped at a very bizarre time because obviously Toy Story is a film. It doesn't need an interval really. It's quite a short film as well. So I thought it was weird the way they positioned the interval, but it was nice to have an interval, of course. You know, going to the bar, getting some snacks and stuff, and yeah, we are now back in the auditorium waiting for the second half.
You got a brand new that was it. That's the end of the film with the awesome orchestra. I really enjoyed it. This is the theatre as well, the bar area on our way out from it. And then you can see this awesome logo with Toy Story in concert as well.
So, we have just come out of the theatre. Yeah, what did you think, Amanda?
I loved it.
Same, it was really good. It was good to see Toy Story on the big screen. Firstly, it was just nice to see it that way. But with the orchestra as well, it actually worked really well. And I think both Amanda and I were talking, we didn't realise how much music there actually is in the film.
No, exactly. You forget that the orchestra is there half the time.
Yeah, you really do. And then you kind of look down, you're like, oh, the orchestra's there. But there's a lot of background music in Toy Story. It's really cold, so I'm not gonna, keep going on. I'm gonna talk to you a bit more when I get home. But thank you so much, Amanda, for joining me on this lovely afternoon. Well, it's not been lovely in terms of the weather. It's been lovely in terms of what we did. This is the Hammersmith Apollo. I will speak to you when I get home. And I am now back home where this vlog started. It is about 11 o'clock at night though. I haven't been out for the past few hours. I've been home. It's only now that I'm finally filming this last bit of the video. So, Toy Story in concert. I have to say, I really didn't know what to expect from this. My friend Amanda, who was with me today, she'd already experienced something similar to what we saw today with Harry Potter at the Royal Albert Hall a few years ago, where they had a live orchestra there playing the music within the show as the film was playing. But I'd never seen anything like this, and obviously, as I've mentioned before in this vlog, Toy Story is one of my favourite films of all time. I can probably quote you the film word for word. I've watched it so many times throughout my life. It was one of my favourite films as a child, and as I've grown up as well, it's been like my comfort film. Whenever I want to watch something that just gives me comfort, makes me laugh, makes me happy, I put Toy Story 1 on. And so firstly, to be able to see Toy Story on a big screen like that was just incredible. Just the fact that I was watching it with people, almost like, a cinema experience. Obviously it was much better than cinema, but just being there surrounded by people watching Toy Story on the big screen, I loved it. It was really cool seeing people's reactions around us as well. There were loads of families, but also loads of adults, kids, adults, so many different people, and I loved hearing adults' reactions to some of the parts of Toy Story, this film that I've loved for so many years and I've watched so many times. As I said, I could probably quote the whole film. I know every single line that's going to be said, but I still find it enjoyable to watch. But having people around me kind of laugh at some of the moments and some of the jokes that I've loved and appreciated for so many years, and seeing other people enjoy it with me, it was nice. It had a nice community vibe to it, and I really enjoyed it. So that element of it was, of course, amazing for somebody like me who loves Toy Story so much. But the orchestra, of course, that's the main thing. That's why I went there, really. That's what the ticket price is for, the live orchestra, and they sounded incredible. I mean, I love live music anyway, and orchestras in particular, and it was just awesome having this incredible group of talented musicians on stage with Toy Story playing in the background. It was just amazing. And I think my friend Amanda and I mentioned it a little bit earlier in the video, but there's quite a lot of music in Toy Story. You wouldn't be able to tell, even though I've watched Toy Story many times, apart from some of the music, and obviously the 3 main songs that we all know, You've Got a Friend, Strange Things, and We'll Go Sailing No More, you wouldn't really think there'd be loads more music, but actually there's a lot of music in the film, and this was highlighted by having the orchestra there, because obviously they're playing live, so you hear it better. It's a lot more incredible. You can see it visually, you can see the band, the orchestra playing, and it definitely brought a lot to the film. Even though I've watched this film so many times, like I said, I literally only watched it a month ago on the flight back from Dubai, so like I said, it wasn't new to me, this film. I'd watched it many times. I watched it maybe once a month, and yet this experience today felt so new. I really loved it, and I would recommend anyone who hasn't been to a film showing like this to give it a go. I think it's worth it. You might think, oh, if it's a film that I've already seen, why would I want to pay for a ticket? And tickets aren't necessarily very cheap either. You might think, why would I want to go? Why would I want to pay and go see a film that came out in the cinemas 2-3 decades ago? You're paying for the orchestra, and trust me, the orchestra adds a lot to the whole experience, and it's absolutely worth it. So yeah, I had a great time. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely go and see things like this again in the future. I would even go and see Toy Story again in the future if I get a chance, if they do something again like this. I was telling my friend Amanda I would love to see Pocahontas with a live orchestra. They were playing Colours of the Wind in the interval in the foyer, and I was just every time I hear that song, I'm like, oh my god, I love it. I love it so much. It's got my favourite Disney music in Pocahontas, so I'd love to see that one day. But yeah, I think with Pixar films it works really well as well. I'd love to see Inside Out like this. Pixar films just have amazing scores, and like I said, you might not think it because a lot of the score is just in the background, But yeah, with Toy Story it worked brilliantly, and like I said, there was a lot more music than you would think. And if you have a bit of time today, tomorrow, when you're watching this and you haven't watched Toy Story in a long time, I would recommend watching it. If you have Disney Plus, it's obviously on there. Watch the film, enjoy it, enjoy all this amazingness, and pay attention to all the parts that have music in it, because there's a lot. But yeah, that is it. I had an amazing afternoon. It was lovely to spend some time with my friend Amanda as well. I hadn't seen her in, I want to say, about 18 months. I think I last saw her just after that first lockdown. I think it might have been September 2020 when I last saw her, so it was lovely to spend some time with her. Thank you, Amanda, again for coming with me. I do want to quickly say that considering I was told that I couldn't vlog inside the theatre with my camera, and of course I respect that and I stopped filming with my camera, I did find it a little bit annoying with the amount of people that were filming the experience with their phones. Like, there were so many people. There were people next to me that were just taking their phones out in the middle of the film, like during some of the good parts of it as well, and it would just be so distracting seeing people get their phones out to film the orchestra playing with the film. So I think in this day and age, when sometimes phones can actually be just as good quality as what staff members today call the professional camera, and I understand because my camera is quite a good camera. I wouldn't say it's a professional camera, but it's a good camera. But like I said, these days phones can be just as good and just as good quality, and nobody seemed to care about that. Nobody seemed to stop people just filming and taking photos throughout the film. So I don't know, Hammersmith, Apollo. I feel like maybe you need to be a bit more consistent with your policies, like, because I was just obviously vlogging in the foyer. I hadn't even gone in the auditorium when somebody approached me and said, you know, you can't vlog. And like I said, not a problem at all. I stopped vlogging. They particularly said you can't vlog with your professional camera, and that's why obviously the rest of the clips that you would have seen, the tiny bits that I filmed, were all on my phone. But even with my phone inside, I only filmed like a little tiny bit at the end of the show. I didn't want to distract people throughout the show, whereas there were people that were literally taking their phones out in the middle of the show, and I just think it's a bit weird. So Hammersmith, Apollo, I love you as a venue, but maybe you need to sort out your policies. Maybe you need to be a bit more careful with this sort of thing. It's not very consistent. It was distracting to me having people get their phones out and like take photos and videos throughout the film. You know, it can be annoying when you've got the light on as the film is going on, but what can you do? You know, I understand it's difficult. There's loads of people in there. You can't like pay attention to every single person, I guess. But that is it. That is the end of this video. I have had quite a few of you message me on Instagram, because I did post about today on my Instagram story, so make sure you follow me on there as well. Yeah, quite a few of you messaged me, replied to my story saying that you are off to see Toy Story in concert in the upcoming weeks, because Toy Story in concert is actually on tour at the moment, so it's going to be performing in a few different cities around the UK in the upcoming months. I think it's on until the end of April, I want to say. I'll leave the link down below if you want to check it out. I'm sure they probably still have some tickets available, so if it's coming anywhere near you in the UK, I would totally recommend it. I love Toy Story, and to experience it live like that with an orchestra was amazing. But yeah, I am gonna go. I'm very, very tired. It's quite late. Thank you so much for watching this vlog though. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry I couldn't vlog traditionally in the theatre, but like I said, I like to respect the rules, and when I was told I couldn't vlog with my camera, I had to, you know, use a different approach, so that's why I couldn't vlog as much. But I hope you still enjoyed it. It's a great show. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!